Next up here on the Fantasy Flex is a segment we call Elite Entries, where Sean and I dive into the PrizePicks app and compare our player projections to the props to build some entries. Sean, what is your first PrizePicks Elite Entry best bet for week number 4?
So the first prop I like is Calvin Ridley to go under 85.5 receiving yards. I also like Matt Ryan to go under his 273.5 yard prop as well. So these are pretty correlated. Well, they're extremely correlated. But, the Falcons have been a lot more run heavy this season without Julio Jones and with Arthur Smith as head coach. So, they're a little bit more middle of the pack now. So we can't really expect the same sort of usage we've seen out of Calvin Ridley over the years. And his ADOT is way down this year. It's 8.8. Last year is 14.9. So despite, catching 6.7 receptions a game, he's yet to go over 65 receiving yards. So, I mean, this is just way too high. I would project this closer to 75.5. So I think this market's 10 yards too high. Give me the under.
Yeah, Matt Ryan averaging under 5 yards,
ADOT,
ugly. And you got Washington top 3 in pressures, even though the defense has been shaky. So not a lot of time for him to get downfield to Ridley. I like it. My first one for week 4 is Saquon Barkley under 60.5 rushing yards. Saquon is going up against the New Orleans Saints, who year in, year out have an excellent run defense. This year, they're allowing 52 rushing yards per game total to running backs. Barkley also hasn't hit, 61 yards yet in a game this season. So I love this under for Saquon here. I bet it down to about 55. Saquon, this is not the week for him to smash a rushing prop. All right, Sean, where are you going with your second PrizePick Elite Entry best bet for week 4?
All right, so this is my favorite prop of the week. I just love talking about this, but it's Tom Brady over 314.5 passing yards. By the time this game is complete, this prop will look like a joke. I think there's just rare times where we have to go against our models and logic a bit. I think Kobe Bryant's final game, his player prop for points is like 40.5 or something like that. I just smashed the over. Justin Jefferson, week 17 last year, he needed 111 yards to break the rookie record for receiving yards. I think his prop was like 80.5. I said, I will bet the over up to 115.5. He flew over. So Tom Brady heading back to New England, this is in that tier of props. I think he's going to go off here. He also needs 68 yards to break the all-time record for passing yards to pass up Drew Brees here. So he has multiple motivating factors here. I think he goes over 400. So I will take the over here. We're talking like it's got to go up to like 355 for me to even consider the under. So give me over 314.5 passing yards for Tom Brady.
Oh man, this is going to be such a good one. I can't wait to watch this. I know you're going to probably get in some huge bets on Tom Brady. So I'll be watching that one closely to see if you're right about that one. Cause this is your take. Like this is a unique take that I really haven't heard anywhere of Tom Brady just completely smashing his pass yard prop. It makes sense. So
it's a total donkey play. It would not surprise me if other people think this too, but just an athlete the caliber of Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, who doesn't need much motivation to play well, has all the motivation this week heading back to New England. So we can't overlook that.
Yeah, maybe Bill Belichick will come meet him next time if he throws for 400 or 500 yards this game. I'll close it out with my second best bet for week number 4 at PrizePicks, and that is Robby Anderson over 43.5 receiving yards. This is a number that he's cleared in 13 of 19 or 68% of his career games with the Panthers. He's only gone 1 and 2 toward the prop this season, but that's because the Panthers have been in 3 very positive game scripts going up against the Jets, blowing out the Saints, and then playing Houston and Davis Mills in his first start. This game, they're a 4.5 point underdog to the Dallas Cowboys, who are allowing the 6th most receiving yards per game. And the word out of Carolina all week from the coaches themselves has been, we need to get Robby Anderson more involved. And anytime a 3-0 team is still trying to change things up and get a guy involved that hasn't been, even when they're winning, that's always a good sign. They're going to need it in this game. DJ Moore probably see a lot of Trevon Diggs. So Love Robby Anderson over 43.5. Receiving yards,